whole world. It's so wonderful. We get to do these all over the world, and this is my favorite. Don't tell anyone. We're so happy you guys are here tonight. Tonight is Women Over Dinner is always honoring the power and the beauty and the wisdom and just the endless amazingness of all women. And tonight specifically is honoring the women who staff and hold and CO in the carceral system. So we are very excited to have a number of you in the house tonight. Thank you all for coming, and thank you to everyone else who's coming. And as my friend Topeka often says, all of us are impacted by the justice system one way or another. But I'll let her speak to that more tonight. So I have the pleasure of introducing you to your first of 3 speakers this evening. This is Anjali. So Anjali is one of the leaders of the women's movement that Women Over Dinner is a part of, and she is a dear friend of mine, and she's going to kick us off this evening with a speech, and then she'll introduce your next person. This is Anjali Iyer.
You like it? Huh? Yeah, I think. Hi. Good evening. I'm Anjali, one of the leaders of Women Over Dinner. I'm so grateful to be here with all of you tonight. Women Over Dinner is an initiative of unconditional freedom, an organization with a simple but profound vision, a world where every human being has what they need to realize their full potential, regardless of the circumstances. We believe women carry an extraordinary capacity to imagine and create a more flourishing world. A world rooted in the understanding that life exists in an interconnected network, that our well-being is bound up with one another's, and that when women gather, something becomes possible that cannot happen any other way. This is a woman's way. Coming together, sharing wisdom, sharing power, and making sure that we are all well fed. Women Over Dinner was created by my dear friend, Nicole Dedone, a one-of-a-kind woman whose life work has been devoted in the most practical sense to women remembering who they are and the power they have to shape the world around them. She spent years creating spaces where women come together to speak honestly, listen deeply, and discover what becomes possible when women truly meet one another. While incarcerated, Nicole wrote a beautiful book called Jailbirds in Flight. Later this evening, we'll be giving away copies of the book, so I hope that some of you will leave with a copy in your hands. Over the past few years, Women Over Dinner has had the honor of working closely with Dr. Topeka K, the Ladies of Hope Ministries, that's right, and many extraordinary women whose lives have been touched by the justice system. Through those relationships, this community has become something even larger than what we first imagined. Tonight, we dedicate this dinner especially to the women who work throughout the carceral system, to the correctional officers and staff who work through those gates every day, to the counselors, educators, medical professionals, volunteers, chaplains, and reentry workers who choose day after day to accompany women through some of life's most difficult moments. Much of what you do happens out of public view. It asks for courage, patience, discernment, and humanity. Whether or not the world sees it, we know that work matters. We also hold in our hearts the women living inside correctional facilities, their families, and everyone who is intertwined with this system. Because when women are cut off from one another, all of us lose part of what makes the world whole. The flourishing of women in prison is inseparable from our own. That is what makes this table so meaningful. Every Women Over Dinner is an opportunity to practice the world we want to live in. One where every woman is heard, every woman belongs, every woman has something only she can bring. And then we leave and build that world together. So tonight, I invite you to let yourself be fed by the food, by the beauty of this room, by the women sitting at your table, and by the conversations you're about to have. Thank you for being here. Next, I'd like to introduce you to Tanya Pierce. Tanya Pierce, MBA, is a directly federally impacted justice advocate and founder and executive director of Life Unbolted, where she leads innovative initiatives supporting people impacted by the federal criminal legal system. A third-year law student, she is dedicated to advancing a more restorative and equitable vision of justice through policy, advocacy, and lived experience. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. I'm just so excited to be here. I see so many faces that I know, and my sister Skip there. I haven't seen you in a minute. Hey, thanks, Skip. How are you? Wow, I'm here. I'm just excited. This is when I think of Women Over Dinner, and last month when I saw Nicole and Rachel in MDC, they looked so beautiful, even in those circumstances. And coming here today, I said, no matter what, even though I was delayed on my flight from Chicago, stayed on the tarmac for 2 hours, flew for 2 hours, and then got here and sat for 2 hours, but I'm here. Thank you. Now, here we go. Y'all ready, ladies? Okay, who is she? A little of her experience with the criminal justice system. Acknowledging the night is honoring the carceral system, staff, thanking them. Tonight is none of us are defining our roles, like she mentioned, not an officer, not formally incarcerated, not a volunteer, not a lawyer. Tonight we are simply women around the table having dinner together. But I'm gonna introduce my sister, Dr. Topeka K. Sam. Yes! Who is a renowned advocate for the criminal justice reform, who founded the Ladies of Hope Ministry, which I am the legal intern. Thank you very much. And tell me, earn my keep. I'm earning my keep today, boss? Okay. An award-winning nonprofit which works to end the poverty crisis and the incarceration of women and girls. Topeka is a visionary and a charismatic speaker who believes in turning your pain and shame, my own included really, into power. Thank you, sister. She was the principal in creating the First Step Act, the largest ever federal prison reform bill in 2018. I introduce no other than my sister, Dr. Topeka K. Sam.
Tanya's so funny. But I love you so much. And she was being very, very humble. Yes, she's the legal intern at Loam, but she's also the leader of our Remission Now campaign, which is helping women who have restitution to get it dismissed. And so Tanya has led 27 women, one of whom we just recently lost this week. And so just want to give a moment to elevate Miss Gloria Taylor and her life and her dedication to getting free. And while this is not what we wanted, right, her to get and have to experience freedom yet, it was too soon, but it was because of her stress and things with this life sentence of restitution is what really killed her. And so we just give her a moment. Thank you. We love you, Miss Gloria. So thank you, everyone. I have Tanya beat, I think, on the time to fly. So I'm going to need a little extra oomph tonight. I had to come here because this was so important to me, as it is to most of you. I love seeing all the new faces. How many people this is their first Women Over Dinner? Beautiful. So this week, I am also on advisory board for Menopause in Prison Project. And I'm in perimenopause now, girls, so if you see me fanning, you see me all the thing, yeah, right, show of hands, how many of us in this room, right? Oh, look, on the camera too, on the TV. So in London this week, we went into the prisons, met with women and community custody and different opportunities. We went into a youth boys facility, but in that, we met with Parliament and some MPs to discuss what they're doing over there and seeing what we can do over here in the US. What was interesting is how much more advanced they are around the conversation around menopause in prison in comparison to here, right? And though still looking for support and opportunity from us because everyone looks to the US, we, as in the group of about 20 of us, went over looking to them. And what I heard from the sisters was the same thing. The lack of resources, the lack of opportunity, scarcity in housing, struggling in mental health issues, substance misuse, and women kept saying over and over again that because they didn't have those resources, that they much rather be in prison. And it broke my heart. Because those of us who've experienced incarceration, we know that we never want to ever be in prison, right? But for the women there, the majority of them, every single person we talked to, they went back, and they have a 75% recidivism rate for people who come home, and so they're looking for things to do. What was also beautiful for me, though, on the other side was there's an organization called Hope Street. Lady Edwina started, and I came home in 2015. I met her in 2017 here in the US when she came and visited our first house in the Bronx, Hope House, and she said that that had inspired her to create Hope Street. And so to be able to be out there and run into her after a decade, her immediately recognized me, go to her place and saw what she had created. It also allowed me to see that the work that God has asked me to do impacts people, and you never know, right? Because you're doing the work, you don't know. You think you're just doing it for the people that it serves, but you do it for other people because that vision also helps others. And so, you know, while I laughed because of my journey, I was supposed to be back yesterday from London, and my flight was canceled twice. I was diverted to Atlanta. I had a direct flight first, Delta One, by the way. I diverted to Atlanta, got stuck with 2 canceled flights. Diverted to Dulles, Virginia, got stuck. But I made it here, right? Today. So, with the same outfit on. So excuse me if I look a little wrinkled, but I just share all that to say that I journeyed this journey and came today because this is how important this room is to me, and how impactful it is to me. And to know the experience that you all will have if you allow yourself the opportunity to be open, you will be able to bring other friends in the next Women Over Dinner with us. And I also want to elevate all of the officers in the room or people who work in law enforcement in the room. And thank you for being in community and being here. From both sides of the work, you know, you have to work both sides, which is why I've always worked both sides. And while I work across the aisle, you know, people are always like, oh, you can't work with this administration, that administration. People who are in prison don't care who's in the administration. They just want to come home, right? And that also, you know, brings up just me thinking about our sisters, Nicole and Rachel, and just the beauty that comes from these experiences that we have. And so while we're going to get started with the dinner, and I might be babbling because it's been a long day. I'm like 7 hours ahead right now, 5 hours ahead. I'm just, again, incredibly grateful to see each and every one of you here, to know that there's so many new faces in the room, that you are in a room of women who care, of women who love you, of women who want to see you succeed, of women who can pour into you, where your dreams, anything that you dream, can be realized. This is a space that you can be open and vulnerable with. And hopefully, while you might have a sister at the table that you know, hopefully you're around people that you don't. And that way you'll be able to really express yourself and really get to feel what this experience is all about. So thank you so much for entertaining my babbling tonight. But please enjoy, and back to you, Aubrey.
Thank you, Topeka. Thank you, Tanya and Anjali. That was absolutely beautiful, setting the tone for our evening together. Okay, so I'm gonna begin to take you through the structure of the evening. Okay, so number one, here at Women Over Dinner, our aim is to remember that women are the jewel everyone is searching for. And this is one of my favorite. I don't know if you guys have heard of the hero's journey, Joseph Campbell, the hero's journey. He talks about how throughout all of history and mythology, the hero's journey has this really specific arc that it follows through all of these different really famous, books and mythologies and Odysseus and all of that. And someone asked him one time, well, what about the heroine's journey? What about the woman's journey? And he said, oh, they don't need a journey. They're the destination. They're the place everybody's trying to get to. And so women are the jewel everyone is searching for, and that's really what we want all of you to have access to tonight, is the remembrance of that. So I'm going to walk us through the structure of the evening, and then we'll dive in. So Women Over Dinner has 3 parts: a round of noticings, a series of questions, and then a final round of reflections. So there's a few agreements as we go through the night. So you don't do crosstalk. Tonight is unique in that it's not exactly a discussion. After someone shares, you'll simply say thank you. No need to change someone's experience. We are simply listening to what they want to share. Generally, bottom line it, to allow everyone's voice to be heard, keep shares concise. Vulnerability and specificity hold the most power. But if you are a person that tends to bottom line a lot and you'd like to share a little more and get a little more vulnerable, you're also welcome to do that. You don't have to cut yourself off too soon. Enjoy it all. Remember, there are no wrong answers. We're simply here to share, connect, and have fun. So we're going to begin starting with the woman leading your table, and maybe all the table leads could just raise their hand real quick so you know who's leading your table. Starting with the woman leading your table, we'll go around the table in a circle, giving a noticing to the person to your left. So this is a simple observation of the woman that you're sitting beside, just something that you've observed in a moment or so far, or if you've gotten to chat. It can be anything like, the first thing I noticed about you was how welcoming you felt. As women often feel invisible, and as women we often feel invisible, and this is a way that we can see each other. So go ahead and begin. Your table lead will start.
So for online ladies, welcome. If you're just here and just hearing my voice for the first time, so glad you're here. So for the noticing, we're just going to post them in the chat. So go ahead and you can give a noticing to any of the women that are online, and you can just say their name and then the thing that you notice about them. And you can give a couple noticings if you like, or just one. Everything's totally volitional, so you can give, you don't have to give a noticing, but I do encourage you to give a noticing so that you can engage and have the experience of what that's like to give a noticing to another woman. And if you're joining us online and live streamers, you can give a noticing about the women in the room in the comment section. We would love to see your noticings in the comment section. We love to read them. And we would also love to hear what you're seeing. And also for you to have the experience of what it's like to give a noticing to another woman. You might not know their name, but you can do it anyway and just have that experience. We're so glad you're here joining us. I'm Kara. I'm one of the co-hosts for the dinner tonight online. And we have our hosts in the room that we're live streaming into Harlem. And we're just also glad that you're all here. So enjoy giving and receiving noticings, and welcome.
Did you guys finish noticings? Did everybody get to finish noticings? Guys, you're okay. You're okay. Did you get, okay, we're gonna move into the next part. If you didn't quite finish noticings, you can finish that as we move into the next part and then move into the questions, okay? So, okay, so next your table lead is going to guide you through the questions. They have the questions, so don't panic that you don't have the questions. And then, and this is a reminder also, we ran out of envelopes at the door with the hosting kits. Those are hosting kits in case you guys want to do your own smaller women over dinners anywhere in the world. Those are just for you to take home, and if you didn't get one yet, we will get you one before you leave, but you won't need them during the dinner. Okay, so we're going to go around the table, one question per round, and answer as many questions as we can in 30 minutes. Okay? So remember that we say thank you after each share and then move our attention to the next person, and your table lead will start you out. Okay. Begin.
Okay, for online people, we are going to go into breakout rooms. And so I don't think you need to do anything. You'll just be popped right in there if you're zooming in. And then there is a table lead for each breakout room, and you'll go through the questions. So you're going to head right in there. And then when you're done with the time, it'll be about 30 minutes. We'll come back and we'll join into the main room again. So see you in a bit, and enjoy the breakout rooms and the table experience. And for those of you who are live streaming in on socials, we are going to post the questions and you can answer them in the chat. So you can also be participating and be a part of this incredible dinner as well. So here are the questions. We're posting them live. And, take as long as you need to answer the question, answer it as honestly as you can, even if you don't write it in the chat, even if you just answer it to yourself or to someone in the room who's with you. You could text it to a friend. But really let yourself consider what your genuine, true answer is rather than just rushing through. Every woman at the table is encouraged to answer as vulnerably and honestly and truthfully as she can. And that can come over time with some practice, but you can practice right now. So the first question is that what is something that has surprised you about women's strength? What is something that has surprised you about women's strength? And go ahead and post your answers in the chat. For our live streamers on socials, question number 2 is, what is something beautiful you have seen in a place where you wouldn't think there would be beauty? And we would love to see the answers to your questions in the comments. So please share. For our live streamers joining us on social media, welcome to Women Over Dinner. And right now, the women in the room in Harlem are answering these questions at their tables. And we also have women who join us over Zoom, and they're in breakout rooms, also answering these questions, having the table experience from online, wherever they are, all over the world. We have women live streaming in from Ireland, from Australia, from New Jersey, from California. And we welcome you wherever you are in the world, live streaming in to Women Over Dinner Harlem. My name is Kara, and I'm your host for online today. So we're on question number 3, approximately. You can, take as long as you like to answer these questions. You can journal them. You could text a friend. You could call a friend right now and give them your answers to these questions. And you can also post them in the chat. We would love to read your answers to these questions. Number 3 is, how have you put down a woman that you wish you hadn't? So how have you put down a woman that you wish you hadn't? Thank you so much for answering the questions in the comments, live streamers. It is so lovely to hear your answers. We'll move on to question number 4, which is, what makes you proud to be a woman? What makes you proud to be a woman? You can post your answers in the comments, whatever platform that you're streaming on right now. And feel free to just be as honest and as vulnerable and true as that you can be right now. Because that's what the women at the tables and the women in our breakout rooms on Zoom are doing and experiencing. And this is how we fall in love with all the women at our dinners, is by being revealed and really witnessed and seen in ways that we don't often get to. And then the other women at the table or online just say thank you. And there's no crosstalk, no feedback. You just get to be heard and you just get to listen. And it's a very different space than the space that we're in our lives. So we're on question number 4. What makes you proud to be a woman? For our live streamers, we're going to move on to question 5. We have roughly about 5 more minutes for answering questions, and then we're going to move on. We're going to listen in and move on to reflections after this. We'll move on to the next part. So, and we do have some videos that they're going to play in the room, some more speakers, and so I hope that you stay with us through to the end of the dinner. For our live streamers, we're going to move on to question 5. We have So question number 5 is, where have you found power that surprised you? Question number 5, where have you found power that surprised you? And go ahead and place your answers in the chat. Can't wait to read them.
Ladies, ladies, this is your 5-minute warning on questions. This is your 5-minute warning, so start winding on down with questions. All right, ladies. All right, ladies, that's all the time for. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, let's get a round of applause for the questions. Okay, so that is all the time we have to answer for the question portion of the evening, okay? Okay, so next up, if you recall at the beginning, I said there's 3 parts. There's actually more parts than that. We have actually a friend of mine always talks about how you can take, when you get full with energy in your body, you can pretend you have zippers in the bottom of your feet and open the zippers and zip and flush. So get ready, because there's actually a few more peaks to go in the evening of really amazing things. But that is all the time we have for the question part. So next is reflections. So you're going to give a reflection to the person to your right, and your table lead will begin again. A reflection is a specific moment from the dinner that you remember of that woman. You describe the moment, and then you say how you felt. So one example is, there was a moment when your posture changed as you were talking about standing up for yourself, and I felt my own strength surface. Does that make sense? I'm going to give an example too. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to give an example. Dana, my example is for you. I didn't participate in the dinner, so I'm picking a moment pre-dinner. There was a moment when we were sitting at the registration table, and you opened up to me about this ability, like a beautifully sensitive, energetic ability to go into like certain places, and a deep understanding that you've always had of it. And I felt really connected to you in that moment, and like it also kind of woke something up more in my being, talking to you about that, and I really appreciated you sharing at that level with me. Yeah. So something like that as well is also great, okay? And then, so something that goes along with this part, so you're gonna notice a red thread. You probably already noticed the red thread when you came in. Everybody should have one, and if you don't, and you can't you're missing one on your table, we'll bring you another one, so don't worry. So go ahead and locate your red thread. So So we're gonna go the opposite direction that we did for the noticings. And so you'll go to the left, and as you do your reflection, you're gonna tie the thread to her left wrist as a reminder of how we are all connected. So as you're giving your reflection, you'll tie the thread. And again, your table lead will start. So if you're not sure, you're going to the left. Oh, you went to, okay, if you guys can do it, yes, yeah. All right, go ahead and begin.
So for my ladies who are here joining me on the Zoom online, welcome back from your breakout rooms, and I'm sure that they were very rich and nourishing. So you can go ahead and put your reflections in the chat, and I can't wait to read them. The reflections that you have for other women that were at the table with you, or in your breakout room, or even before you went into the breakout rooms. You can share reflections from any moment in the dinner tonight with any woman that you like. And then if you're online in joining us on socials, live streaming, then you can post your reflection in the comment section. We'd love to read them. We are monitoring them and watching them and reading them, and enjoying your participation from social media. So you can post your reflections there about anything that you noticed or anything that you experienced or felt from joining the live stream at any moment. So glad that you're here with us, and go for it. Can't wait to read them. So if you're joining us online, I just want to give you a little insight into what the ladies are doing at the table. So they're giving reflections to each other, and as they're giving reflections, they're tying a red thread to the wrist of the woman that they're giving the reflection to. And this is a reminder of how we are all connected, and they can wear this red thread. It's very silky and smooth and small and delicate, but it really stays on. It'll stay on for months. I've had them stay on for months and months, and it's a really beautiful reminder. And so if you get to go to a dinner, when you get to go to a dinner in person, you will likely get a red thread, and you will get to wear it for as long as you desire. Just to remember about your experience, to remember how as women we're all connected. And it is tied to the lineage of the red thread. If you research it throughout history and time, there's this lineage of women connected just through all time and all space by the red thread. How as women we're all connected through this invisible mycelial underground network, and we light each other up one woman at a time. So I'm so glad that you all are joining us right now. We're not totally done with dinner. As soon as the reflections wrap up, we will move into the final part of the dinner. So I hope that you stay with us as long as you can. If you're live streaming, please stay with us, because we do have more amazing content coming up. Looks like we're getting started now. Okay, looks like we have a few more minutes before our next part of the dinner, but we do have a video coming up about the dinners that we host in correctional facilities. So I hope that you stay around to watch that and see.
Please. All right, ladies, you ready for the next part? Yeah. Okay, so, all right, get ready. We're going into the next part. Okay. So our next part is room reflections. So if you would like to digest a little bit of your experience tonight and stand up and take the mic and let us know what it was like for you, a moment that you were really touched by something, or a reflection that you'd like to share from your evening tonight, we have a couple of ladies running mics around the room for anyone who would like to digest their experience. Who has a reflection from the evening? Did you raise your hand? Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Stand? Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Princess. I've been coming to Women Over Dinner since this February. It's like my 4th time here, but my first time doing table lead. And earlier, I just didn't want to get out the bed. I wanted to be here, but I didn't want to commute. I live in New Jersey. And so, y'all weird. And so once I got into the city and on a train, I just felt the robust energy of the city. And then I got here and talked to the ladies, and I was so happy. And listening to their stories, especially you, Angelica, what you do for work, it touched me so much to the point where I felt so inspired. Like, wow, I want to give back to kids too. I want to make a difference too. So I'm so glad I came, because it really made me feel something today. I felt something today. And usually the days are just so mundane. You don't have those elevated emotions all the time. But I did today, and I'm glad I came. So thank you all for putting this together.
Thank you, Princess. Oh, we've got one up here. Or point me to, yeah, go ahead in the back and then up.
Hi, this is my name is Lillian, my first time here. And I honestly ended up here because I was looking on Google to see what kind of salsa events they had and jazz events so that I can, I'm everybody's social secretary. And I stumbled onto this event on one of the websites, and it just captured me. And I said, do I really want to do this? Is it just one of these boring things, blah, blah? Well, nobody wanted to go out with me, so I decided to come. And I can't tell you how the expectations that I had and what I really experienced here is above and beyond what I thought it would be. And the fact that, I'm going to be 74 years old, and thank you. But I just thought this is going to be a bunch of young influencers that probably don't want to hear anything about what I have to say and my experiences. But these ladies here, at least at my table, have completely blown me away. And I am so happy that I was able to come here and experience this. And will definitely, since I am everybody's social secretary, I am definitely spreading the word. And thank you very, very much for having me.
Thank you. Who's next? Oh, right here. Yeah.
Good afternoon. I didn't know what to expect when I came here, but I would say I feel full. I feel lifted. My spirit was a little heavy when I came in, and just sitting around these beautiful women, laughter is contagious, and that's all I heard in this room today was just like, ha, 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 ha. And I was like, oh my God, it's just, laughter is contagious, and just to be in a room full of phenomenal women just feels really good. So thank you for this. This is my first time coming. Thank you for inviting me, and I look forward to the next one.
I think right here also. I'm going to get it to you eventually. Yeah, go ahead.
Hello, everybody. My name is Skip. Wow, this mic is really, really loud. First of all, I'd like to thank the ladies at my table. You guys were amazing. And I need to just tell on myself for a minute, because I came here to get the tea. I'm going to be honest. I came to get the tea because I belong to a gender justice group, and I brought this to their attention and said, hey, maybe we should do something like that. And I was on a meeting on Friday, and she was like, oh, they having something on Sunday. And I was like, wow. Like, see, I just came back from 2 work trips. My house is a mess. My dog is running amok. I had to go, find him because he'd been passed over so many times. But I said, yeah, I'm going to come. And I came here and I sat down and I was really very quiet. And then one person walked in I knew, then a second person, and then a third person. And then the ladies at my table who are so gracious, so magnanimous, so talkative. Because you have to understand, as someone directly impacted, we know how women are. And women a lot of times can be catty. We know that. But to sit here in beautiful company and not have the cattiness, but just have listen, I genuinely want to get to know you. I want to hear your thoughts. Not only did you feed me, I don't know if y'all can tell, but I'm a foodie. I lost a lot of weight, but I still like to eat. Y'all fed me, you fed my soul. You fed that feminine side of me that I do hide. But it's there. I got kids. It's there. I'm just saying. But I really thank you for tonight, and I just have one general ask. If someone could just talk to me for a minute, because I understand you was doing this in Rikers Island as well.
We sure are.
Yeah, well, as the vice chair of the New York City Board of Correction and the chair of the Women's Committee, and someone who grew up on Rikers Island from the age of 17 into my early 40s, I really want to get involved with that because we need more of this. As an academic, I can say that the women and our struggles and what goes on with us in carceral spaces is so much overlooked. You know, we're shoved into spaces that are not built for us, and we're given the crumbs. So, yeah, if someone can talk to me after this, look at Tanya, look at it. You know I was going to get up here and say, you know me, Tanya. I got egged on by Mimi and all of them. Like, you do it, you do it. Okay, I did it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, we have a pending one of these at Rikers Island, and we are awaiting with bated breath for our official date. And so for anyone who has any influence on that in the whole room in the world to help us get that date set, we would absolutely love it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's good.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Asia. This is my third time being here, but last one I catered the last one. I've been coming here, and this whole week's been very heavy because my mom got in a car accident, and I have been dealing with that, and I wasn't gonna come. But I had got a text from Sophia, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go, because I'm always pushing myself to meet new people and go to a space that has become a great safe space for me the last couple months, and also me being an introvert as well. I'm constantly trying to figure out how I can also bring my love and my passion into spaces like this that I actually want to continue to do. And I actually would like to speak to you because I feel like food tells a story, and people deserve to have great food and presentate it and have storytelling behind it. I'm very big on that. So that's what I'm in the space of doing. And if I'm constantly bringing my friends now. My last person that came, she connected with a lot of people. I love what you guys have been doing. I'm glad my friend brought this to my attention a couple months ago because I was not open to being in another community space. Just because sometimes it could get overwhelming, right? And you don't know, like you said, you walk in a room if people are gonna be welcoming and loving, and you know, you wanna share, but you don't wanna share too much. So you kinda put one foot in and test it out and see if it is, and then if you don't go, you don't know until you try. So I just feel like it's a beautiful space, and I love what you guys are continuing to do for the women in the community that also deserve to have a safe space and deserve to have good meals and good food. So, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Hi, everyone. My name is Shirley. I'm excited to just say it marks a year for me being part of Women Over the Dinner. So, yeah, Shani and I, we discovered this last year, and it's been filling. I would like to say thanks to Carolyn. I did get accepted to law school. She was what it was, right? Who wrote my recommendation letter. So Free Food had definitely wrote me a recommendation letter when I was applying, so I'll start in January. But I just wanted to say, Sophia, Carolyn, and crew, Dr. Topeka, just thank you all for just really making this a space for us. And when I say a year, it's been a year for Shani and I just coming in, having fun. This is like our own community space. We invite people, but we are a family. So continue to show up, get to know everybody, because you just never know how community can definitely help impact you in other ways as well. So thank you.
You can hand that to her. Yeah. Okay, last one.
Hi, everybody. I'm Sharon, and I'm a person that struggles with connection. So, of course, I had all of these apprehensions about coming, but now that I'm here, I feel I really feel the connection in this room, not only at this fabulous table with all of these lovely ladies that I'm blessed to be with, but it showed me in such a small amount of time how nutritious and how fulfilling and how necessary connection is. So I just wanted to thank the people who started this space and to wish you well on it. And I didn't get an envelope, but maybe one day I will.
We'll get you one. And then for anyone else who has a reflection, we're happy to receive it after the dinner. You can share it with Sophia. This is Sophia. All right, thank you so much, ladies. That was so beautiful. The room reflections are possibly my favorite part of the entire evening. Okay, so one of the things I love most about Women Over Dinner is that everything you see tonight exists because a woman encountered this work, felt something stir in them, and offered what they had. Every part of this meal came to us this way. The bread is from Ore Washers, baked with a kind of care that you can taste. They've been our bread sponsor for like 8 months now or something. They're amazing. Our salad comes from Valentina of Food and the City. Is Valentina? Oh, she came for a little while. Okay, well, Valentina's amazing. And the ingredients that hold this whole table together were given to us by Free Food, which is our sister nonprofit that Shirley also mentioned. Free Food's amazing. And the dessert that you have hopefully been enjoying is Lloyd's carrot cake. So, yeah, oh wow, okay. Some serious Lloyd's carrot cake enthusiasts in here. Okay, great. And then the room that we're sitting in, this beautiful space that lets us gather and have this experience together, is offered to us by the retail store Organic Erotic. And that's, there's some of it is up front, but they allow us to clear out a lot of it so that we can have this event. So they're amazing. Thank you guys. Every donation was an offering. People who heard what we were doing and simply wanted to be part of it. So to all of them, thank you. And then all our volunteers are women who at one point attended a dinner, had a profound experience, and wanted other women to have the same experience. So thank you to all of our table leads, our servers. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Okay, so we are to my favorite part of the evening. I'm going to show you guys a video. So who in this room knows that we do these events, these dinners in women's prisons? A few, a little bit of the room. Okay, so we've done a handful of these in women's prisons. And it has been like just an absolutely mind-blowing experience, like a totally life-changing experience for me personally, for my team, for everybody who gets to go and volunteer for those experiences. As I mentioned to, did you say your name was Skip? As I mentioned to Skip, we have a pending one of these at Rikers Island. We're just waiting for a date to be confirmed with them. So we're really excited about that. We have a few other ones in the works as well, and we've gotten to have a few. And so I'm going to show you guys a video taking you really inside one of these dinners. Taconic Correctional Facility allowed us to film the experience, and it is incredibly inspiring. So we're going to start with this video.
Let me tell you this. This is history? This is history. No, it really is. So we did 100 dinners around the world, and today there's 100 women around the world, everywhere from, the first one this morning was in Ireland, Nigeria, Ghana. Everyone is doing it today to stand in solidarity with this dinner here.
I'm in charge of all the programs for the incarcerated individuals, and we like to have events here. It's important to me as a female to encourage other females and have them see their strength and to empower them. So events like this really mean a lot to me, and I'm so ecstatic that this is the first correctional facility to do an event like this. Part of history.
One of the things that makes this Women's Over Dinner event so meaningful is because, for one, it's being held in a place where voices are not heard, bodies are not seen. It's very emotional for me. We've never had anything like this when I was incarcerated. We didn't have a setting where we can sit down and eat together.
This event just means so much to me because first and foremost, I just know being a justice impacted woman that the women are often forgotten, and during this time of year, it's one of the worst time of year because the holiday season is, you know, the new year is coming up. So I just thought it was a wonderful opportunity to bring this to my sisters that I left behind the wall to come and participate in something like this.
When I first walked in, I was like, oh my God, I feel like we're home. This is amazing. This is like something I would never dream of happening in a place like this, and I'm thankful that I'm here today. To walk in here today, to know that we're gonna be having this conversation, but to know that the womanhood community embraced us, this is beautiful.
We, as free people, understood that we're not free unless all of our sisters are free.
There are many kinds of freedom, small and large, but there exists within each of us a freedom, a wealth that's untouchable, incorruptible, beyond money or status, control, or even one's body. There remains within each of us a territory that cannot be colonized by any external force if we are fierce and vigilant guardians of what we know to be true.
I felt really classy, like I liked the whole table setup. I felt important, like somebody really cared about me, you know?
This was needed and is needed in an environment like this. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so this is the work Women Over Dinner is doing. Each time we've done one of these prison dinners, the women have had a deep experience of remembering their humanity and dignity. The administrators rave about the lasting impact on the women in the months after, and they ask us back again. In the world of prisons, people often say not many things really make a deep difference, and we're thrilled that these dinners do, and we want them in every women's prison who will have us. And then that's all I've got in my script. Now I'm just gonna go off the cuff. When I say the administrators rave about it, like, we got to go to MCI Framingham twice now, for example, and one of the admins is on has a texting relationship with Sophia now and shares all of his ideas for the prison system and everything that we could change, and we share all of our ideas, you know, and he will text her sometimes and say like, oh, so-and-so, you know, Alex or Miriam, you know, these different people who are in there are still commenting on how impactful this event was and how incredible it was, and they can't wait for you guys to come back. We have 2 more dates with them, one in September and one in December, and we're working out like full day programming as well to bring in on those days so they can really have a deep experience and then kind of have a women over dinner like this at the end of the day, like a little gala. And so how we do it is we set the room up really beautiful just like this. We bring in flowers, we bring in tablecloths, we bring in plasticware, but we make it really nice. It's like really nice plasticware, you know, like kind of fancy. Try to find like gold plates or like black plates, you know, like really cool stuff. And there's the salad and the bread and everything, and they come in and they round the corner and their faces just light up. Like, it is just that alone has these women feel their humanity again in such a deep way, just that. And there was a particular CO who had been working in the Massachusetts prisons for like 40 years or something like that. And he was just stunned. He would not stop talking to us at the end of the night. Like, he was like, I have never seen anything like it. I have never seen the women be able to like hold still and relax and pay that close of attention for that long. And we went for, you know, Kiki and Topeka came and did a spontaneous thing at the end too. And so it was probably like a 3-hour thing, and they were just like completely tuned in, completely relaxed, like attentive, just women emanating what women emanate. And the COs were like blown away, blown away. They were like, no, they're always yelling at each other, throwing things, like doing all these different things. And he was like, they just aren't doing any of that. They're just completely settled in themselves and totally happy and relaxed. And so it's that place where it's like, you know, you have something really effective, like actually effective, like deeply effective. And then it's just like, how do we all come together and get it all the way out into the world? And we do it how we do it like women, and we do it like a mycelium network. You guys know what a mycelium network is? Do you got a few of you? So a mycelium network is like the underground network in a forest that connects all of the different, the whole ecosystem, basically. And so it's always like you're looking up here at the trees and you're like, oh, there's all the trees in the forest and it's connected in this way, but it's actually this ecosystem underneath and this mycelium network underneath that connects everything really deeply, and that's women. That's women, and so we really want to get this as far out into the world as we possibly can, because it is so effective and it is so meaningful to these women and like completely changes lives. And the prison system is an ecosystem of those who are willing to go into those places and hold those women as well. And that's, you know, part of why we're celebrating you guys tonight. At the administration level, at the CO level, all of it, because it is an ecosystem and it's for everyone. And yes, so those are my off-the-cuff comments on this. I'm very passionate. And so there's QR codes on the table if you want to donate to this. It would be amazing. Each dinner at a prison costs anywhere from $8,000 to $12,000, and so obviously, you know, we're always fundraising all the time to fund all of the prison dinners we want to have. So that would be awesome. And then also, please talk to us, make connections in the room tonight as you're leaving. Light up those mycelium network connections all around. We do this together. We can lift this thing up together. Together we can bring this thing that is actually really effective deep inside the prison system and genuinely transform it from the inside out. Yes. And we like to give things away. So we have our founder's book, Jailbirds in Flight, absolutely incredible book for anyone who donates $100 or more tonight. Nova, the beautiful Nova right there, is holding up a book. She will give you one of these if you donate $100 tonight or more to Women Over Dinner. QR codes on the table. All right. Yes.
So is it a book per $100?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I'll donate $1,000 and you can give 10 books away.
Okay. In classic Topeka Sam fashion, where her generosity just overflows beyond what she was even anticipating herself, she has decided to donate $1,000 and give away 10 books to any women who would like one. If anyone else would like to overflow with generosity, in addition to that, we would absolutely love that as well. So, okay, so take your time, talk to the women at your table some more, meet women at other tables, donate, ask us questions. We also have, I'll be at that front table where we did registration, and that's going to turn into a next steps table as well. So stop by and see me on your way out. One last thing. I know it's a lot, sorry, one last thing. There's 2 different QR codes at your table, right? Okay, so one is for a survey. One is for a survey which helps us get into more prisons by being able to tell them more about what we're doing and what women are experiencing from it. And the other one is the QR code for donating. So any and all of your participation in those are amazing. All right, that was a Women Over Dinner. Thank you, ladies, so much. We'll be here for about a half hour more, and then we will close up.
Thank you so much, ladies, for joining us over Zoom. It was incredible having you. This was, I'm sure you can feel what a rich and nourishing dinner this was, just from the the women in the room emanating and pouring out the joy and the laughter and the reflections. And thank you so much for the noticings that you shared in the chat and the reflections that you shared. It was truly a special dinner. And I'm so glad that you could all join us from all the different parts of the world that you're in. And if you'd like to donate, especially if you're live streaming in as well, there we will post the QR code, and so that you will also get a book. If you donate $100 or more, we will make sure to mail you a book, and the book is called Jailbirds in Flight, and everything you wanted to know about enlightenment in prison. and we're too afraid to ask. That's the title of the book. So it's an incredible book, and the stories inside are about the women that she's been incarcerated with, and all the money that made from sales of the book go to the trust that she has set up for the women that she's incarcerated with. And so they get to benefit from the trust when they get out of incarceration. So we do have Women Over Dinner in LA coming up this Saturday. So if you're in LA, please join us. And then we do have our next dinner, Women Over Dinner in Harlem on August 23rd. So if you're in New York, please join us there. And we do live stream every Harlem dinner. So August 23rd, we'll have another online dinner. So if you're anywhere else in the globe, please join us. We have different questions every time, different women. It is a different feel for every dinner, but it is still the same nourishment, the same connection, and really that one woman lighting up another through the mycelial network that Aubrey talked about. So thank you for our table leads for volunteering and coming back to give away what you received from Women Over Dinner. And that's why we all do this, is because we've gotten so much. It's why I do it. And I want every woman to have this experience. And I want to bring this experience to every woman who's incarcerated as well. So thank you so much for joining us. We love you. You can find us at womenoverdinner.org. And we're also on Instagram at Women Over Dinner. So love you and hope to see you at the next dinner. Take care. Be